What's up, guys? We're here at AMC Town Square with Chasing Cinema.
James Shu, how are you?
.com in Las Vegas, and we're here at AMC to watch Wild.
Yes, a movie that isn't being totally advertised like crazy like a lot of the movies of its competition, such as Annie, Night at the Museum. But this is a movie that is going to be very, very important in the upcoming Academy Award race. This movie is brought to us by the same director, LA, I believe his last name is, that brought us Dallas Buyers Club last year, which won McConaughey the Academy Award for Best Actor. This movie is based on a true story. Follows a woman named Cheryl Strayed, who kind of wrote a memoir on her journey through the PCT. And the PCT is called the Pacific Crest Trail, which is a 1,100 mile hike from Mexico to Canada. And it's about her journey kind of going through to quote unquote walk her to the person that she thought she was. I've heard really, really good things. I'm very excited to see the movie. I know it's about the 2-hour mark. I know it's going to be a very emotional movie by just watching it, but I'm very interested. I don't dislike Reese Witherspoon, but she's just never been a favorite of mine. So to be in a movie pretty much looks like it's just going to be her and very small side characters, I'm interested to see how it turns out.
Alright, we'll be back in around 2 hours.
Yes.
Let's see how the movie is. Alright, so we just got out of Reese Witherspoon's Wild, ChasingCinema.com.
Okay, so
Oscar bait?
Oscar bait for sure. You could knock me down with a feather, because I love the expression, if she wasn't nominated for an Academy Award for this performance. I absolutely adored her, and the fact that I loved her as much as I did, and not being a big fan, really shocked me. This is a really incredible journey, I think, that you take with the character. It's really about someone trying to find themselves and find a better, not just themselves, but find a better version of themselves, and I find that very admirating. The film's a lot darker than I expected. Kind of going in, I thought it was going to be a little bit lighter than it was. The movie gets really dark. The movie is kind of not so much about a woman trying to prove that she can do this hike, but she does the hike in order to heal herself because she's had a lot of problems, drug addiction, being very promiscuous, and her relationship with her mother. I won't say much about that because I think the movie tells it beautifully. Her mother's played by actress Laura Dern,
Jurassic Park.
Who does an incredible job in this movie. I mean, absolutely incredible. And the chemistry they share is absolutely beautiful. It is heartwarming and touching in scenes, and then absolutely heartbreaking in others. She also shares a really great moment with the character that plays her brother, and the scene that they're praying for their mother together, and they're adults, and they're sharing a bed and just a sleeping bag, and they're just praying that their mom is going to be okay. Very, very beautiful, very, very touching. I think it's one of those movies, a lot of people are comparing it to Into the Wild, which came out a few years back with Emile Hirsch. Another movie kind of about people going on these journeys and letting go of everything to kind of find them core selves. And I feel like this movie is incredibly well directed, and I think Reese Witherspoon gives the best performance of her career. Granted, I've not seen her performance in Walk the Line, which she had won the Academy Award for. I know. My girlfriend's been trying to get me to watch it all month, especially, but it's been a crazy month. I said I'll watch it after.
There's only been 100 films this month.
But definitely one of the best performances of the year, male or female speaking. Absolutely wonderful.
Love it. ChasingCinema.com/wild. And you can get the full-on review written by Jacob R. Toronto. It's a win, it's a watch that movie. I wanted to ask you what your thoughts were that if you're not a fan of Reese Witherspoon and then you see a film like this where she just completely slaps you in the face and says, whoa. And so your expectations, as an example, because you don't even like the actress, typically is this low. You watch the film and it's escalated this high. Versus Leonardo DiCaprio, people now expect if he's going to be in a movie, it's probably going to get nominated for an Oscar. So your expectation for the film is already high. Christopher Nolan, Interstellar, to many people was a disappointment. But it's a disappointment, but because the scale was always so high, versus if he made nothing but crap movies. If Christopher Nolan had a scale of always crap movies, and then we brought it then we would have been like, oh my gosh, you can make these movies, and then people would say. So anyway, so those two parallels, I'm trying to say.
No.
So knowing that,
very good point.
Do you think that sometimes when people are nominated for Oscars, I'm talking about the actual people who are the ones that vote for the Oscars, do you think they do that where they're not expecting much out of Reese anyway? So then they see this, it's so high, so they actually give her more points to win it versus an actor like a Leonardo DiCaprio or you know Meryl Streep. Any movie she's in is gonna get nominated for an Oscar, and a lot of people say that Into the Woods she should not get nominated for the Golden Globe.
Golden Globe she was nominated for.
And people are like, how is she nominated? But then people say, well, it's Meryl Streep, and so you already have that street cred. So you kind of understand what I'm
That
saying.
street
So
cred.
what am I? You understand what I'm saying? And
I
know you do.
understand what you're saying
Talk to me,
because
Chase, and
one of the biggest arguments that I have is one actor, especially, is Mark Wahlberg. I think he's an incredible actor.
He just said he's ready to make more Transformers movie. Moving on, move forward.
Exactly. That's my problem. Is that man has the capability to act like no other. The Fighter.
Gambler?
She was
Did you
nominated
see it?
for it. Not well. Even if I saw it, I couldn't talk about it now, but I did not see it. An incredible performance in The Fighter, one of the best. But then he continues. He wants to make Transformers. Hey, if that's what you want to do with your career, that's fine. But obviously, your performance isn't going to be shining in Transformers as we saw him in, where anyone could have played that role. But it is kind of frustrating to see an actor of that caliber do something like that. But there are a lot of actors who do this, and this, and then they make a left turn and do a movie that they get nominated for. I never thought like so much as I didn't expect that out of Reese Witherspoon, especially because if you think about it, there's only been, I don't even know if there was, around 86 women who ever won Best Actress. Not even probably 86 awards, or probably jumping a little bit. So the fact that she's one of those elite, you have to give her that benefit of the doubt. But I understand what you're saying, but at the same time, a lot of people are shocked because sometimes actresses, Whoopi Goldberg, Sister Act, these movies that a lot of people credit her as just a very fun, silly kind of actress. The lady won Best Supporting Actress in 1990 for Ghost. Not sure exactly what year. I want to say 1990 or 1992 or 3. But it could be anyone's ballgame.
Hey, real quick, I enjoyed Whoopi Goldberg in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the new one with Megan Fox.
Oh yes,
I enjoyed her in that, and then I didn't know she was in top 5.
Yeah,
and I enjoyed her in top 5 because I like Whoopi Goldberg. Moving on, move forward.
I'm a big fan of Whoopi Goldberg, especially her performance in Ghost. But I mean,
Ghost was awesome.
there's a lot of those actors where no one really kind of notices, and they come out of left park and get an Academy Award, and things kind of change. Leonardo DiCaprio makes a certain type of film. He chooses his scripts very wisely. He's someone that wants to be the best in his craft, and some would argue that's it's paycheck versus art and all this stuff.
Sure.
But Leonardo DiCaprio's making money regardless of his making. But everyone, it's hard because in one sense I get that everyone wants to do what they want, and actors will make them what they want to make. I can't judge them for that, but I know Mark Wahlberg's a very great actor, and it frustrates me to see him in movies that don't let him excel as an actor. But if that's what he wants to do, then hey, that's all on him. But I don't know if I answered your question properly, but I think that it's always wonderful to see an actress or someone that we haven't really seen and then totally just become a main star. I.e. Jennifer Lawrence, when she made a movie that not many people saw called Winter's Bone, which earned her a win or a nomination. Or did she win? She won for that, didn't she?
I don't remember. I thought her
Yeah,
first
she did.
win was
So nice.
yeah, I thought it was. But
Yeah, no, she was nominated for that. I'm sorry, didn't backtrack. Nominated for that and won, immediately after. Now she's just someone they expect to get Oscars.
Yes.
Most Oscars nominations for someone under that age. That's phenomenal. So
kind of scary.
that's the stuff that I'm more excited for. The actors that people aren't watching, or people that they're not really paying attention to. We have, 1 with 10. Sorry, go on.
What was to piggyback on that? Niewando, the one that from 12 Years Slave.
She was telling you for it.
No, the girl.
Lupita Nyong'o.
Yes, thank you. She was in Flight. So like these people cast these actors or actresses that they don't know that do.
Non-stop.
I'm thinking. She was in Nonstop.
Yeah.
I knew it was a Flight
And
movie.
it has maybe 2 lines of dialogue.
Yeah, and so they underuse these like, dude, that's
Because that was before, though it came out after 12
Yes,
years,
it was filmed.
And then you say, wow, we have this actress who won the Academy Award.
And she
That's
said,
a perfect example.
you underutilized someone.
No one even knew who she was, and now she's someone that people want. Cast in or wanted for the new Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Yeah, I mean that's huge. An actor that we have seen in comedies and we've seen is just being, Jennifer Smucks, Little Miss Sunshine now has a good shot at being nominated for his film Foxcatcher, Steve Carell. I mean, it's really incredible that we kind of gauge these people, but then they come out of nowhere. Matthew McConaughey was known for playing the beach bum comedy guy, and now
On his
he's one of
bike,
the
no
most,
shirt on.
and now he's one of the most respected actors in Hollywood. I mean, that's what's really beautiful about the performance. If you get the right movie and you really give it your all, because you could be in the perfect movie and just not deliver.
phone it
These
in.
actors who really want to deliver, say something and really care about their craft, they win. Christoph Waltz. Not many people knew much of Christoph Waltz
Very true.
pre-Glorious Bastards.
Yeah.
And now The Man is Too Awesome. Incredible. Absolutely incredible.
They say too, Quentin Tarantino brings out the best out of people. Just throw that out there.
I think Quentin Tarantino was perfect to introduce the world of Christoph Waltz because not many. I mean, I think Christoph Waltz in *Inglourious Basterds* is one of the best villains in the last couple of years. Absolutely insanely monstrous, and I think only him, only that kind of director would be able to bring out that monster in him. Though he's been kind of typecast as villains.
Yeah.
He plays a much different villain in the upcoming film *Big Eyes*, which comes out. We will be talking about for Christmas. Tim Burton's
Adams.
film. Yeah, absolutely. So much different type of villain, if you will. Even if you call him a villain.
I want to throw out real quick, we've been having conversations about Sony. We talked about, if you want to see our discussion on Sony, there's the podcast we just released. Go on iTunes, Chase It Cinema, download the podcast for the interview that we just did.
If you hit subscribe, each week it comes to you. You don't got to do anything.
Like literally nothing, it just comes in and it's awesome.
Each week.
So get the iTunes, and it's also uploaded to the YouTube channel if you don't want to use the iTunes to do
Yes.
that. But we did a review for Annie with Jamie Foxx, and we did a review with Night at the Museum with Ben Stiller, where we talked about the Sony hack. And I wanted to piggyback on what we talked about with the Annie video when we ended it. Was we were talking about. We were talking. Sorry, ended with the question of holy moly! Can't do you remember? You can keep on. We were just asking the question of.
Sink or swim? What would they do?
No. You and I were asking. You had mentioned when it comes to the Sony hack.
And you're asking the worst person with memory of all time.
You know what? It'll come back to me later, and it's okay.
It's okay. Well, you see it on our next video.
Yes, check out the reviews. Facebook and Twitter, Chasing Cinema. Like and follow the guy. But most importantly, go to chasingcinema.com so you can really. I've been learning so much from you when it comes to film, because there's the side of film where the people like me, the mainstream, but then there's the actual people who are actually film critics, which I used to mock and make fun of, in the sense of meaning always saying these people don't like movies. And it's interesting when you actually open your mind and learn from like Mr. Toronto with Chasing Cinema. It's actually really
I get that all the time. We don't even like you. That's a farthest thing from the truth. Trust me, I wouldn't be in the movie theater as much as I am if I didn't love movies.
I love it.
Yes.
All right, guys, we're about to jump back in the theater. We still got to watch
Foxcatcher.
Foxcatcher with Steve
Be a very
Carell,
important movie.
Channing Tatum,
And look out for
Double
that video.
XL.
Look out for that video review, because James will probably remember his question for that one.
The Film Lovers website.